Hello and welcome to Salesforce Development Lesson 14, Part 3, Reservation Flow. And where we last left off from the last video, we finished the flight picker, getting the departing flight seats and the arriving flight seats. And now once we have those flight seats, we need to go ahead and create another screen that will allow us to select the flight seats. So we're going to create a screen. Going to add select flight seats, create the API name, select your seats for both the departing and arriving flights. Okay, so I think that's good. All right, and then the other thing we need to do is once we've done that, we're going to go ahead and add two data tables like we did in the last one. So very similar to the last one, we're going to create two data tables. The first data table is going to be for the departing flight seats. Departing underscore flight underscore seats. And our label is going to be departing flight seats. I'm going to use the label as a title. The source collection is going to be the flight seats from get departing flight seats. Flight seats from get departing flight seats. There we go. Okay, so once we've done that, the rows we're going to have only we're only going to be able to select a single row. So, and we want to require the user, they need to make a selection. No default selection, so go ahead and do that. Then configure columns. This again is where we're going to add a bunch of different fields. So the first field is the seat type, and this is, I want to make sure, yeah, these are all the same pretty much. And then that one's done. All right, and then we need to do the seat row number. Again, seat row number. Done. Let's see, the next one is the seat letter. Seat letter. Click done. Seat position. Position. Done. And then the final one is going to be seat price. Seat price. Done. All right. So we got seat type, seat row number, seat letter, seat position, and seat price. Okay, that's good. Going to do the same thing for our other one. So this is going to be arriving underscore seat, flight seats, sorry. Flight underscore seats. Then we're going to pretty much do the same thing here. Arriving flight seats. Going to use that as label. We're going to have single row selection of the source is going to be the flight seats from the arriving flight seats. There we go. Require them to make a selection. Yeah, we'll require them to make a selection there. Okay, and then the columns are going to be, again, the same ones. You're going to have the seat type. Seat type. We're going to choose the seat row number, and then seat letter. Seat position. And finally, seat price. All right, so we have seat type, row number, letter, position, and seat price. Okay, so I think that should do it there. So we'll go ahead and click. Again, probably want to remove the from the footer. We want to probably just remove the pause button because we don't need that. Click done. Now they have the selected flight seat. Then the last things that are left, so we have a bunch of assignment statements that we need. So we're going to go ahead and add those. We'll do an assignment. Okay, the first assignment statement is going to assign the departing flight seat. Sorry, departing reservation item. So we want to do an assignment with the individual items there, so that then we can go ahead and create those records. So the first thing we want to do is assign departing reservation item. And description, this basically assigns values to the fields on the departing reservation item. Okay. Now we're going to have to set a whole bunch of different things, and this is for the departing reservation item. So if you remember some of the variables we created departing reservation item and an arriving reservation item. So this is for the departing. So the departing reservation item is going to be the reservation itself. So we click there, and we're going to set that equal to the record ID. There you go. Okay, so we're going to get another one. We need to get the flight. So again, we need to scroll down here and do departing reservation item. Try to find flight. I believe it's this one. And we need to set the flight equal to departing flight table for selected item. All right, so let's go here. We're going to scroll down and find it's the flight picker, I believe. And departing flights, first row selected, and record ID. All right. So we got the flight, and then again, we need the departing reservation item, flight seat is going to be, let's see, flight seat, select flight seats, departing flight seats, first selected row, and then it's going to be record ID. Yeah, record ID. All right, so we got that. And then we just need the seat price for the departing reservation item. So again, we need to go down here, departing reservation item, then we need the price and set that equal to the price of the seat. So select flight seats, departing flight seats, first selected row, and then we have a seat price there. Then the final thing we need is departing reservation item, and the total. And that's also going to be coming from the selected flight seat, departing flight seats, selected row, and then we need to grab the seat price is the total also. Okay, that was a lot of variables there. Oh, one thing we forgot is I misspelled the sign there. And the sign needs to be respelled there. We'll say that again. Okay, so now that fixes that. So on the next one, we're going to do the exact same thing, but it's going to be for, here, I'm going to move this up a little bit, but now it's going to be for the arriving reservation item. So again, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and type in assign arriving reservation item assigns the arriving reservation item. All right, that's good. And then now we're just going to go through and do the same thing, but this is going to be for the arriving reservation item. So again, we're going to go down here. We got the arriving reservation item. And we're going to do the flight. And this is going to be for the flight picker. Arriving flights for selected row. Nope, that was not right. It should have been record ID there. Okay. And again, it's just going to keep repeating this. Arriving reservation items. And this is going to be the flight seat itself. And again, we need to go to the flight seat picker, arriving flight seats for selected row, scroll down to record ID. Okay, and then we have reservation. So again, let's scroll down to arriving, and then the reservation itself. And that's going to be the record ID. All right. And then we got two more of these. We need the arriving reservation item, price, and that has the seat picker, arriving flight seats, first row, price, and then the last thing is the total. We're going to get the arriving reservation item, total. It's going to equal the same thing as above, so we're going to go back to selected flight seats, arriving flight seats, first selected row. Then the seat price is going to have the total value. And that's it. All right, so once you get the assignment statements completed, the next step is creating the records. So you want to go ahead and create the departing flight item records and the arriving flight item records. So if you scroll down, there is a create records, and then we're going to put a label. We're going to say create the departing flight item, and then creates the departing flight reservation item. Okay, from a record variable, sure, one, and the record variable we're going to pick is the departing reservation item, this one. And that's it for that one, so we'll go ahead and save that. And then we're going to do the same thing because we're going to create the arriving reservation item. I'll go ahead and create the arriving reservation item. And the description says creates the arriving reservation item, creates one record off the arriving reservation item. Save that. Okay, so there's two more components we need to add, and then we're going to be done. The next component is an update record. So we're going to go click update. And what we're going to update here is we're going to say reserve departing flight seat so no one else takes it. Reserves the departing flight seat. Specify, I want to specify the conditions. The object's going to be the flight seat. And we're going to say where the record ID equals I have to grab the flight seat. So this is the departing. So I have to grab and go select the flight seat, departing flight seat. I think that's it. I'm gonna double check this. Oh, it's the reservation. Oh, departing reservation item. Okay. So this is going to be just the, this is actually, we're just going to use departing reservation item here. Then we'll grab the flight seat, and then we'll grab the record ID. And it should be down here. Yep, record ID. Okay, that's that. And then the field we do is seat reserved. Is that equal to true? So we're just updating the departing flight seat with the value of true. All right, and then we're going to do the same thing for the arriving flight seat. Go ahead and save that. But while that's saving, I'm just going to go ahead and update records here. And again, here we're going to be reserve arriving flight seat reserves the arriving flight seat, specify the conditions, flight seat. Then down here we're going to do record ID equals the, I use the variable arriving reservation item going to be the record ID. Oh, flight seat. Oh, there you go. Flight seat, and then record ID. That's what I wanted. All right. So once we have that, we're going to go ahead and is seat reserved. That's going to equal true. All right. I think that should do it. We're going to save it there. Okay, so the next step is really just going to be testing this to make sure this actually works. So the best way to test this is to go back here and let's go to, I want to go to the customer service because I want to go ahead and create a new reservation. So we'll go to reservations, create a new one. Again, I'm going to choose Jane Doe as my customer. Click save. All right, so we have a new customer. They have 0% sales tax, so I think I put like New Hampshire. They don't have a sales tax, so now instead of hitting this version, I want to test my current version. So what I need to do is I need to copy the Salesforce ID of the reservation record. That's this number here up here in the URL. So once we have that, then we can say I saved it. Let's go ahead and debug this, see if this works. All right, so we throw record ID, throw that in there, and then just click run and see what happens here. All right, so there's a bunch of stuff here. Let's see if this works. All right, so the departure date, I think it was February 2nd. And then the departing airport, we'll put BDL. And the arriving airport is SFO. Same thing for arriving. So the arriving is going to be at the end of the week on the 6th. Do SFO and BDL. Okay, that looks good. Click next. All right, it's working so far. It's allowing us to select the departing and arriving flights. So we got those two, one on the 2nd, the other on the 6th. That looks good. Click next. All right, now it's letting us pick seats. So let's go ahead and choose some more seats here. Well, one of the seats we want to do is, again, let's do another window seat. The next window seat is in row, economy seat window is in row 12. So we'll do that one. And then we'll do the same thing. Let's look for row 12 on our way back. That looks good. All right, so that's good there. I guess one problem with this is I can't see which is interesting. I have to expand this to see the little next button. So I'm going to go ahead and well, I think that's good enough for now. So I'm going to have to hit the next button. You can probably see it at the edge of the screen there. So we'll hit next. I think it's because the screen is so big. And now it says my flow's finished. Let's look over here. If I have to refresh the screen to see if the reservation items appear here. Let's refresh. And voila, reservation items are here. Total appears. Everything seems to be working. So it looks like that did it. So now the only thing left is how do you add this button? It's similar to the way we added the other ones. So another way to get to here is to do an edit object. on the reservation. And that'll take you to the object manager for the reservation object. So now all you have to do is go to buttons, links, and actions. You can see there's a create reservation items actions that does your flow. Let's go ahead and take a look at what this looks like. And basically what you do is you pick your flow, put in a label and a name, you can even put a description, and save it. And then in your page layout, once you're done with that, you just go to the page layout, and then your reservation item, you drop it from mobile and lightning actions. You drop it into here where it says create reservation items. Once you drop it in there, then it will appear here, which it's doing right now. Okay, so I think that should complete this for today. Thank you for joining me. Again, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And thank you again. And until next time, see you later.